Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Pobble Live. Apologies, my end, I can't actually see the camera, which is a little weird. Usually, I can see what is on the camera, but this week I can't. I'm assuming you can see me though, because I can see hi there, and talk. I also see like the vid there, which is good too. Absolutely, if you can like this video. I'm just going to position the camera a little bit, obviously because I can't see it. But I've got a second screen down here with me. So I'm just going to have a little look at that and just make sure you can see what you need to see in terms of what we're doing today. And I may just be looking down here occasionally because I don't have the video up in front of me. But hello, welcome. Yes, that's great. Pop a comment into the chat if you are here for your chance to win a Pobble prize. The Pobble prizes will be given out in assembly, the celebration assembly this week, but the live prize draw, so you can find out if you've got a prize, will be on here today. And we'll do that sooner rather than later today, because today is all about the following. Today is about mental health, because this week it is Mental Health Awareness Week, and that's running from the 13th of May until the 19th of May. And it's a week each year where we set aside time to think about one another's mental health. Now, last week we did a whole about an hour long video all about health, physical health, social health, and mental health. And today it's a short focus on mental health. And because it's a short focus on mental health, I'm going to keep this video relatively short. And I'm going to keep your task this week relatively short too. Because sometimes part of our mental health and looking after our mental health is taking time for ourselves just to relax. So on top of the short task that I am going to give you in today's session, I'm going to give you time to go and just relax, because that's important too. Taking a break is important. Is important. It's really good to see you here, some sandwich kids. I think this is maybe the first time that you've written in the chat, but please keep the things that you do right quite sensible in there. Okay. So we are looking at Mental Health Week. If you've put your name in the chat, or if you've written in the chat, you will be added to our Pobble Prize. There is also one other thing that we want to celebrate today. We are celebrating the fact that we've got over 100 subscribers, which is excellent. It means that the channel is growing. However, what I want you to make sure of is, if you are in the chat and if you are here with us right now today, could you please make sure that you press that bell icon, because that will give you alerts whenever we go live. And as some of you know, we are going to have some special episodes of Pobble that don't always fall on a Wednesday, starting on the 14th of June, when myself and another teacher from an old school will be teaching for, get ready, 26 hours. We're going to teach for 26 hours straight, and we're going to be teaching science to try and raise money for both of our schools' IT computing departments. That is one not to miss. We're going to be on all day and all night. Not that you have to watch it all night, sensible bedtimes and that kind of thing. But this week is Mental Health Awareness Week. Let's have a look at some of the comments. Hi. Oh, year one. Good to see you from year one. Lovely to have you here. Can I take a break right now then? No, you can stay for this little bit. Good sense of humor though. That almost made me laugh. You can stay for this bit and then take a break, either through the guided meditation, which you don't necessarily need to join in with, or after the video is done. Year four, lovely. 14th of June, fabulous. Or 5R, it meant 5R, that is fine. Lovely. Year 5, great to have you here. All right, we're going to get started. We're going to march along, because as I say, I want to keep this one quite short today, because it is a focus on our mental health. So remind me then in the chat, and we've got a lot of people kind of filling the chat at the minute, which is really nice. Can you remind me in the chat about mental health? What things do we need to think of to protect our mental health, and what might damage our mental health? Can you tell me the kind of things that affects our mental health? Just write it into the chat. So having a hobby is good for our mental health, and absolutely, hobbies are great. We looked at screen time today in our lesson, and how much time we were on tablets and phones. And having a hobby is a really good way of getting away from those screens. So I'm going to add up there with hobby screen time, because we need to balance how long we are looking at screens. I know I say that almost hypocritically, as I've got you looking at a screen right now, but it is important to take a break from screens. Depression can come under mental health, absolutely, depression. So let's talk about the difference between sadness and depression. Sadness is an emotion. Everybody feels sad from some time to another, from one time to another. However, if you are constantly and consistently feeling sad most of the time, you may be suffering from depression. And it's good to talk to other people, and especially medical professionals, if you are feeling sad all of the time, and talk to people and get help, which I will put up. Get help. So help. And talking is very important for mental health. What else have we got? Depression. Exercise is good for mental health. Yes, absolutely. And that's what we talked about a little bit last week, which is why we're not going to go too much into this today, because physical exercise and looking after your physical health actually helps mental health. One thing that I like to do is I like to go for jogs or for runs now and again, and that really does make me feel better when I am running or when I am jogging. Mental abuse, that's kind of an attack on mental health, isn't it? And we could put abuse there, because that refers to abuse to mental health, but any kind of harm that comes towards you from other people, absolutely, and it can absolutely affect your mental health. Great answer. Mental and physical well-being. So there's a definition. Lovely. Be physical. Absolutely. We'll combine that with exercise. What else have we got? Big feelings. Yeah, you might have feelings, but that's fine. It's fine to feel big emotions, but it's whether it's consistent sadness when we think about depression. And one that kind of goes with depression is this one. Anxiety. And it's very similar, because it's okay to feel worried from time to time, but if you are feeling worried most of the time or anxious most of the time, again, that's something you might want to talk to somebody about, because we shouldn't really be feeling sad or worried all of the time. And it's something that we can get help with and can feel better about. So being happy, absolutely. I'm going to put smile, because sometimes when people are sad and depressed, it's hard to be happy. It's hard to make yourself feel happy. So to say to someone, be happy, doesn't always help. But smiling at others and smiling for ourselves can lift our mood and make us happier. Exercise, friends. Yeah, spending time with friends, absolutely. Friends, spending time with friends, spending time with family as well. Lovely answers. Very nice. Friends, to help mental health is to reduce stress, a reduction of stress. Absolutely. Scared, that's an emotion, absolutely, that you can feel, and overwhelmed, that would kind of come under these two. Sometimes when you're feeling emotions too much, you might feel overwhelmed. Spending time in nature. Nature is wonderful to make you feel good. So getting out there, being in nature, surrounded by grass and trees and plants and all of those kind of wonderful green things can make us happier. Grounding ourselves and feeling one with the earth, spending time in nature. You can read about mental health, absolutely. Understanding mental health can help you cope when you're not feeling so good and when you're not feeling so healthy or happy. Try and improve your sleep. Sleep is really good for the brain, really good for mental health. Sleep is a great one. Well done. Getting some lovely, lovely answers here. Loneliness can affect mental health. Yeah, so we talked about friends and family. But actually, if you don't have lots of people around you, or even if you do have lots of people around you, but you don't feel part of the group or part of what's going on, you can feel lonely, and loneliness can hurt mental health or harm mental health. Children usually smile 400 times a day. Is that a fact? That's a fact. Is that a fact? I don't know. Is that on average? That's a lot of smiling to do, isn't it? Be active. Yep, so that goes under our exercise. Got the word anger in capitals. I'm not quite sure why, but maybe mental health or poor mental health can lead to anger. So certainly an emotion that could be triggered. Mindfulness. We talked about practicing mindfulness. And we did a little bit of that last week where we just took a few moments just to breathe. This week, we're going to go a bit further with that. We're going to do a little bit of guided meditation, which I invite you to join in with. But if you don't want to, you can either just listen along or you can just, that'll be a few minutes. So you could just take a break at that point. Calm music. Yeah, music helps. And it doesn't have to be calm. Sometimes it needs to be loud and expressive to get out those emotions. Music absolutely can help. Lovely answer there. Meditation. And that's kind of what we're going to be looking at today. Meditation, guided meditation, guided visualization. So I'm going to kind of like talk about pictures we can think about when we're breathing and listening to some relaxing music. This all kind of ties together into a little bit of practice what we're going to do. I laugh like 5 million times a day. Oh, that's good. Sense of humor needs to go on this. Humor is really good for your mental health. Art, yeah. Both looking at art and appreciating art or creating art is a way of expressing oneself, is a good way of managing emotions and mental health. Yoga, yeah, practicing yoga, stretching, and really helping your core to develop strength is really good. Breathing, which comes under mindfulness, absolutely. Breathing, just taking a moment for some deep breaths. Reading, really good for the brain. Over 5 American adults experience mental health in a given year. I think it's more than 5. I think, to be honest, with mental health, it's something that we all need to be mindful of. And we all need to think about how we're taking care of ourselves at any age and at any time in our lives, adults, children, and otherwise. Friends, feeling nervous, that would kind of come under the anxiety. I think we've got quite a lot up there. So well done. Lots of ideas about things that may affect our mental health and ways that we can protect our mental health. So really, really good going, guys. If you want to use this list, by the way, I'm going to just stand aside and let you have a look at that list. You could use it with your work later. So if you return to this part of the video, you could always pause it and use that list, okay? But for now, I'm going to be removing what is on there. Let's just check if we've got anything else. Coping mechanisms. I like how that's expressed. So ways of coping with emotions, such as counting. Counting can be very helpful. It focuses your mind on something else. Or breathing. Okay, let's move on. One of the things that you brought up in the chat was that you can have friends and family. And one of the things that we need to think about when we're thinking about our mental health or our health in general is who do we have in our lives that we can turn to help us and to look after us. And there are people in our community that we can turn to and that we can trust. Some we know very well, but sometimes we don't want to tell things to the people that we know very well. And sometimes we can be a little bit embarrassed. So sometimes it is good, and I just said sometimes lots of times, apologies, but sometimes it is good to find people that maybe we don't know quite so well, but we know are trustworthy adults in our community. So can we name anyone in our community who you can talk to and who you can feel safe with? We're going to start with parents. Absolutely. Your parents are there to help and to listen to you. Your parents are there. Absolutely. They can listen. Teachers, can listen and talk to you. And it doesn't even have to be your teacher, you know? So for example, if you're in my class, but there's an adult in the school that you trust more, or there's an adult that you feel like you can open up with more, it's fine to go to a different teacher. So it doesn't even have to be your teacher. The NSPCC, really good to see that up there, NSPCC, a group dedicated to the welfare of children, a charity for children. Trained professionals, can we have kind of what professionals, but siblings? So yeah, maybe if you've got an older sibling, a mature sibling you could talk to, that would be great. Therapy, so you might go to therapy and speak to a trained professional for emotions. Absolutely. Therapy, it's basically healing through talking and then practicing ways of looking after your mental health. So therapy or counseling. A doctor, you might go and see a doctor. Just because you're not physically unwell doesn't mean that you can't talk to a doctor. A lot of doctors have mental health first aiders now, mental health nurses, and doctors can help with mental health as well. We can call Childline, and we'll look at that in a minute. Childline can give you help if you need it. Sister and brother, so that's siblings. Anyone you trust. So yeah, Trust is a major factor of this. It has to be people that you trust. People that you trust to share that with. God, absolutely. So if you are religious, you may pray to God. You may pray to a divine force. You may pray, even if you're not religious, you might just pray for help. Best friends, absolutely. So friends, of course. The people we choose to have in our life, who we trust. Cousins, yep. So our cousins, other relations, uncles, aunties. Yeah, I mean, you know, you could confide. You probably wouldn't get much back, but you can talk to your pets, and sometimes it's stress relieving and relaxing just to get it out, even if it's not to a person or an adult. So yeah, I agree. Pets. Classmates, yeah, so people in school. So I'm going to put school because that kind of covers the people around school as well. So your head teacher, the deputy head teacher, everyone who works so hard looking after children in the office staff who are always willing to lend an ear. You've got some really good caring adults in school. So, you know, utilize that. That's really good for you. Relatives, yeah, guidance counselors. So people there to give you advice. Kind of leave that with therapy because it's a similar sort of thing, but guidance counselors, absolutely. Support groups, yeah, you might join a group. It doesn't have to be just a support group, though. It could be a club that you join, you know, something that you enjoy, and just to get out and have fun. Deputy head, absolutely. Grandparents, that's part of the family. The safeguarding team, yeah, they are here to protect you. So you, of course, can go and speak to the safeguarding team. Lovely. So I think we've got lots of people in our community that we trust and we can talk to. So no matter where you are and no matter what situation you are in, if you know it's not right or if you feel sad or upset about something, you have always got someone to turn to, somebody in your life that you can talk to. I'm just going to pop up just a few numbers and just talk to you about something else. It's very similar to a couple of these that you've got up, but it's important that we know these numbers for ourselves as well. And you can always pause these if you need these numbers for future. But these are telephone numbers you can call if you need help. So there's something here called Shout, which is in partnership with Place to Be. They are open 24 hours a day. And if you ever need to talk about something very serious, you can always give them a shout. There's Childline, which was mentioned. So if you feel that you need help, or advice, and you don't really have someone in person you can turn to, there is Childline, or another number that operates 24 hours a day. All three of these are free, by the way, are the Samaritans, and the Samaritans are very good at dealing with any problems with mental health or any issues or emotions that you might be feeling. So if you're ever overwhelmed, that's a very good number to kind of call. All three of these are available for you to call if you need somebody to talk to and you don't have a trusted adult that you want to go to. Shout, Childline, or the Samaritans. One thing I wanted to delve into a little bit. Yes, absolutely. Dinner staff. That's a good one. Church or religious building. Safeguarding team again, lovely. Yeah, some really good ones. Safeguarding champions. Yeah, we've got children trained. Oh, I didn't see that one. Could this be answer of the stream? I don't know. Write in a diary. Answer of the stream. Answer of the stream. Maybe write in a diary, because I didn't even think of that. Yeah, you can write to yourself, can't you, and give yourself guidance. What a lovely, lovely answer. And then one that I'm surprised didn't come earlier, the police. Absolutely. The police are someone that you could turn to do. All right, we talked about growth mindset last time, and I just wanted to kind of go back to it because this is important for your learning, because there are there's a theory of two different mindsets. One is a fixed mindset, and fixed mindsets can be more detrimental. It can stop us from learning, and it can be hurtful to our mental health, because if you have a fixed mindset, you believe that you can't do something, and you think that you can't grow, and you close down when you meet challenges. So what I'm going to talk through now is ways of having a growth mindset. And this is very important in school, because it's a way that we can get better, and it's a way of thinking that helps us to get better at our learning and developing our knowledge. So growth mindset. Here is what we need to do to improve the way we approach our learning, and to have more of an open, growthful, is that a word? A growing mind. Here we go. So one, you need to identify your own mindset, and this might not be comfortable. You might find that you're somebody who doesn't like to get things wrong. Now, portions of my life, didn't like to get things wrong, but growth mindset asks you to challenge that, to think that getting things wrong isn't something that's unique to me. Everybody gets things wrong. It's actually accepting that and learning from the fact that we get things wrong. That's the key. Not closing down, not being upset that we've got something wrong, but thinking about what we're going to do about it. Because you can ask anybody in the chat who's in my class. I get things wrong about 1 million times a day. So it's good that I've learned how to deal with that. Some good questions. You're willing to ask questions and admit when you don't know. So that is a hard thing, guys. That's really hard, especially for a teacher. You know, sometimes we're portrayed as people that know quite a lot, know everything, but we don't know everything. And sometimes even, you know, the teacher will have to say, guys, I don't know, but we will find out. So you think about your own mindset. Are you fixed? Do you get upset when you lose? Do you get upset when you get things wrong? Do you get upset when things don't go exactly the way that you want it to? And how are you going to start challenging that? Are you going to change into this new growth mindset that will be better for learning and better for your overall health and well-being? You can look at your own improvements. What have you got better at? What were you always good at? So look at the things that you didn't used to be very good at. Some of you could look back at your reception work, and you would have had big letters and letters that were the wrong way and not quite full sentences. And look at you now, year 5, year 6, you're writing full, complete paragraphs with lots of information in there. You have got better at that because you haven't given up. You've tried, you've learned. You can do that with anything. I've started to learn the piano, and I started about 2 months ago, and I am terrible at it. I cannot play the piano very well at all, but I am improving. I even learned that Hovis song, the bread one, the other day. Do 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 do. I can't really mumble it very well, but the one where he's walking up the street with the bread. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about, actually, but an old advert, I can play the music for it. 3, review the success of others. What would you say to those people? So look at the people around you. Are they succeeding? Are they failing? What would you say to them if they are failing? Would you say you can never do it? Or would you say keep trying? What you say to others is what you should be saying to yourself, because you can do it. Try to be resilient like that. Seek feedback on the things that you don't know, on the things that you find hard. Get feedback. And it might not be what you want to hear. People might be honest with you and might say, no, that's not the best work you've ever done. But we learn from it. And again, if we learn from something, it can't be bad. Harness the power of yet. Whenever your brain says to you, you're not good enough, you can't do this, you will not succeed. Try using the word yet at the end of some of these thoughts. You can't do this yet. You're not good enough yet. You don't know how to do this yet. The power of yet tells the people and tells yourself, I know I can't do this yet. I will be able to do this in the future if I try. Help others get the task done, working together. Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. That's the thing, isn't it? I can't do it yet. Absolutely, yes. But you will. You will be able to one day if you keep trying. Learn something new. Learning something new proves the ability of your mind. Choose something really hard you think that you would never be able to do in a million years. Try that and get slightly better at it, because getting slightly better at something that you thought you could never do will make you so proud. Let's take that kind of piano metaphor again, not metaphor, example again. One thing, and my wife laughed at me for this. I sat at the piano and I was trying to play a song, Heart and Soul. It goes, heart and soul, do, like that. And what I was finding was I was playing with my right hand, and every time I played with my left hand, my right hand would stop. And my wife found this incredibly funny. And I said at that point, oh, I just can't get both hands to do different things. What I should have put at the end of that sentence was yet. Because now I can very crudely, admittedly, start to play with two hands. And you can do things that you don't believe you can. You've just got to try and don't give up. You can learn from your mistakes. I can improve by working hard. I never give up, and I am determined to do my best. Mind, what a beautiful answer in our stream. And you also gave us the other beautiful answer. I think we've got our answers of the stream so far. Wonderful. And S, self-reflection will help me succeed. What a wonderful, wonderful answer. I wish I had that up on my board. Really, really good answer of the stream. Well done. 5 gem cards for excellence. You can learn something new, like we said, improve the ability of your own mind. We can make mistakes. In my class, and I know in year 2 and in some other classes around the school, we do our favorite mistakes. And our favorite mistakes is where we find a mistake and we celebrate that mistake because mistakes are important and they teach us. And that's what we're here to be to do. We're here to learn. We're here to be taught. Be kind to yourself, be a friend. That's what I was saying earlier. Think about what you would say to somebody else and say that to yourself. Look at examples, learn from others. Teamwork makes the dream work. Work together and then set realistic goals. Yeah. It's not saying I'm going to be a super genius who can build a rocket by the end of next week. It's learning skill by skill, time a part at a time, and building on that. And that's how we all learn. That's how we all get better at what we're doing. Because that's what we want. We want to be good at what we do. But we can't expect to be good straight away. We have to learn. And we have to understand that it's okay to give ourselves time to learn. So growth mindset, I think, is very, very important for overall mental health and for helping at school. Okay, this is the bit where I'm going to do a little bit of guided meditation with you. So here's what I'm going to ask. If you would like to do this guided meditation, you can come sit by the computer or the tablet or the phone and turn the sound up. We're going to do some breathing and we're going to do some visualization. It's only going to be for a few minutes and we're going to take a moment with the music on in the background. If you don't want to do that, keep the video on, but just take a little break, have a little relax, and we'll join back in about 5 minutes. So let me get the music playing. So we're just going to practice a little bit of mindfulness and guided meditation, just to take a moment for ourselves to relax. Since it's Mental Health Week, we're going to do that guided meditation. Yes, I know the stream here is hours long, but we're not going to be doing it for hours. We won't be listening for that long. So what I'm going to do to start with is I'm just going to invite you straight away to close your eyes and just notice your breathing, and then we'll do some visualization. So all you have to do at this moment, close your eyes and just breathe. Okay, now we're going to do it together. So with your eyes closed and with you noticing your breathing, we're going to start breathing on my instruction. So when I say to breathe in, you're going to take a deep breath in through your nose. And when I say breathe out, you're going to breathe out through your mouth. And I'm going to count you so you know how long to breathe in and how long to breathe out. And I just want you to keep those eyes closed and to just notice your breathing. So here we go. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3. And hold. And out, 2, 3. And breathe normally. Keep those eyes closed, just breathing normally. And remember, when I'm telling you to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. We're going to try that again, just breathing. So here we go. In through your nose for 1, 2, 3. Hold. And out through your mouth. 2, 3. Okay, breathing normally. This time, eyes still closed. This time, what we're going to do is when we breathe in, we're going to visualize in our mind, we're going to imagine that we're breathing in through our nose, this bright, white, calming light that fills our body and relaxes us from our heads to our toes. And when we breathe out, we're going to imagine that we're releasing that white light, and any stress, any worry, any sadness that we're feeling, any tiredness from the day, we're going to let it go out with that white light. And we're going to breathe a few times. In through our nose, drawing in that beautiful, bright, white, shimmering light, filling our body from our heads to our toes. And breathing out that negative, stressful energy that we don't want anymore. So let's try this together. We're going to do it a few times, okay? Breathe in through your nose, seeing that bright, shimmering light for 3, 2, 1. And hold that light inside. And breathe out through your mouth and let go any worry, let go of any stress, anything that might cause you any upset. And in that bright, calming light, and hold, and out, and in through your nose deeply now, and hold, and out through your mouth. And breathe normally. And with your eyes closed, just notice your breathing. And what I want you to do, in your mind, still breathing in that bright, white, shimmering light that calms and fills and takes you somewhere peaceful. And breathing out any sadness, any worry, any anxiety. What I want you to do, while still breathing and noticing that you're breathing and still drawing in that white, shimmering, calming, beautiful light, is in your mind, as you're breathing and as you're noticing and as you're calming, In your mind, I want you to picture one place or one person or one feeling that makes you happy inside. Something that fills your heart or fills your stomach or wherever you feel your joy and happiness. I want you to picture that person or that feeling or that place. And whilst breathing in that calming, white, shimmering light that's filling the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes, and whilst you're releasing that negative energy that we don't need, that we can cast off, that we can let go of, hold on to that picture in your mind of that person or that place or that thing that makes you happiest. Hold on to it and just be with it in your mind whilst breathing in this beautiful, shimmering, calm, glowing light and letting out any worry, any stress, anything negative, and be with the one that you love, or be in the place that you love, or have the thing that you love. And I'm going to give you 1 minute now to just be there with that place, with that thing, or with that person. Breathing, calm, and feeling that happiness and that joy. And now I'm going to start counting up from 1 to 10. You're going to carry on breathing. But as you breathe now, and as I count from 1 to 10, you'll start feeling energy returning to your body, waking you, opening your eyes, and filling you with the most powerful, strongest joy that it can, that you take with you from this moment. But energized and awake and ready to go. As I count up from 1 to 10. 1, 2, feeling the energy cascade into your body. 3, 4, open your eyes. Look around, blink, yawn, stretch. 5, 6, keeping that joy, that peace, that happiness with you. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awake and happy. And thank you so much for joining me as we went through that guided meditation there. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you were listening through it, even if you didn't join in, because one of the things that you could do today, if you want to, is you could write your own guided meditation, just like we did there. And if you want to, you could even record your own guided meditation, or you could write a script for your own guided meditation. And you could bring that into school. You could share that. And if it's good, if the script's good, I might read it on next week's stream and do a little guided meditation from what you bring in. But here's the main task that I decided, and it's a very, very short one because Mental Health Week, I don't want us to be working too hard at home. I want us to take a little break. So here we go, the writing task. Create a list of personal things that you are going to do to support your own mental health. So all you need to do this week is write a list of things that you are going to do for you. What are you going to do to make yourself happy, to help your mental health? I've given just a few examples. Tidy the house. Sometimes a clean house, having a clean room will really help declutter your mind and will help your mental health. Take a break. Like I say, relax, unwind, enjoy a holiday. Write me a list of all the things that you want to do to help your mental health. Or if you want to be a little bit more creative this week, what you could do is you could try vision boarding. And vision boarding is basically the same thing. You're writing, you're choosing all the things that you want from the future, things that will help your mental health. But instead of writing about them, you're using magazines and old newspapers or any other old pictures that you have around the house to create a board that shows the things that you're going to do to relax. So in this one, for example, rainbows, noticing nature, being out by water, noticing pretty things like butterflies, taking a moment for yoga, being by the beach, traveling, for example, taking in culture, more traveling, filling my diet with healthy things, seeing nature more, spending a little bit of time enjoying screen time, but not lots, just a little bit. All of the things that you want to do, flowers, absolutely, all of the things that you want to do to make yourself happy, you could put into a vision board and visualize what you're going to do for your mental health. So one is to do a list of things that you are going to do for yourself to improve your mental health or just to make you happy. Or two, you can create a vision board of images of all the things. And you could draw the images or you could cut the images out. You can add words, you can add symbols. It's up to you. It would be really lovely to see some of your vision boards. Or the third thing that I mentioned, just like we did together, you could do your own guided meditation. That would be lovely too. The word bank that I'm putting up this week is the same word bank that I put up last week because it still relates to our health. But I will very quickly go through that one more time. So we've got words like alert, beneficial, things that are good for you, balance, finding a balance in life, things that are good, things that we still need to do but might not help us as much to be happy. Caring, calm, being collected, keeping our emotions together. Exercise, energy, focus, failure, admitting that we fail sometimes and that's knowing that that's okay. Growth and growing, growth mindset, guidance, our heart, harmful, help, ignite. Igniting passion can help us. Innovate, think of really cool ways that we can help our own mental health. Ignore. We spoke about that last time, that sometimes ignoring is okay. Generally, ignorance isn't the best way of dealing with things, but sometimes it is okay. To learn, our memory, our mental health, mindfulness, occupation. So think about the jobs that we have in our life that may help us. Physical health, practice, rest, resilience, stillness, serenity, tranquility, time, understanding universal variety, and worry. That takes us to the end of this week's Pobble Live. Slightly longer than I wanted to keep you on for today, what with the mental health focus, but we will do our Pobble prize winner to end our show with. Really, 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 really great. Sorry, it's here just so you can see it. Really, really, really great answers today on the stream. I have a name in my hand. Really, really great answers today on the stream. Really loved all of the contributions and seeing some new names pop up. But this week's Pobble prize winner that will be given out in assembly is this person. I believe your name, they've given some great answers today. Your name for your YouTube account is the Wright family. So a massive, massive well done to the Wright family. That is really, really good. And I'm really happy for you. So you will be getting your Pobble prize this Friday in our celebration assembly. Thank you all again for watching, and I will see you next time. And our new catchphrase of the stream is keep pobbling. I'll see you next time.